So how come Abdul-Muttalib is called Abdul-Muttalib? Because he had his real name. What was Abdul-Muttalib's real name? I must have mentioned this in one of my previous episode. So Abdul-Muttalib real name was Shaybah, and it was said Shaybatul Hamd. So either Shaybah or Shaybatul Hamd. Either way, Shayba is part of his name. So Shayba or Shaybatul Hamd. So why was he called Abdul Muttalib? Why was he known and popular by Abdul Muttalib? Because Shayba, known as Abdul Muttalib, used to live with his uncle Al Muttalib. Al Muttalib being the brother of who? Hashim. Hashim being the father of who? Abdul Muttalib. When Hashim died, um, it was said Abdul Muttalib was not in Mecca or not living with his father at that time. So Al Muttalib he went to bring Abdul Muttalib back. So when they entered Mecca and people saw them, they were like, "Oh, this is the slave of Al Muttalib." You know, they used to deal in slave trade back then. So people were saying perhaps this is the slave of Al Muttalib. So slave in Arabic is Abdun. So and then the uncle's name is what was Al Muttalib. So they were saying Abdul Muttalib. So this is how in a narration, this is how the name came to be. So that's why it was called Abdul Muttalib, Abdul Muttalib. So Abdul Muttalib, he cared a lot for the messenger. He did so much for him. He tried his best to protect the messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it was said that he even had a chair because Abdul Muttalib was a man revered so much among his people. He was highly respected, and he was someone that people listened to. You know, he was like the chief of Quraysh. It was like the chief of Quraysh, and he was wealthy. You know, he had a lot of camels and he had a lot of sons. And if you want to know about his sons, some of his sons and daughters, we can just refer back to I think the episode 3. We talked about the uncles and aunts of the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it was said he used to have a chair he sat in when he was alive, and people out of great respect and reverence, they used to avoid sitting in the chair, you know, out of great respect, and nobody dared to sit in that chair. But it was said Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to play around, and then he would sit in the chair, and they won't even mind, out of the great love he had for the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But as Allah will have it, just like his father, who died when he was still in his mother's womb. Don't forget, Tuwfiya Abuhu wa Ummuhu Hubla bih. His father died. Why? His mother was still carrying him in her womb. So just like his father who died, and just like his mother who also died and left him in this world, again, he was back to square one because eventually Abdul Muttalib, Shaybatul Hamd or Shayba also died. And it was only just 8 years. All this happened between his infancy and um, his 8 year. So between this short period of time, his father died, his mother died, and his grandfather also died. So we'll stop here, bismillah, and we'll continue from the death of Abdul Muttalib in the next episode. Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.